My name is Robert Christopher Wayne Weathers. I live at 3102 Central Hill Road, Acre, Mississippi, 38841. I am under attack by what appears to be Scientology. From what I have observed, there is more space in the universe than humans can see. There are extra dimensions, 11 in total. They reside within the particle itself. So inside of the particles in which we consist of lies 11 dimensions. You can consider our third dimension as a shell. It is the outside of something. There is another place inside of the particles in which we consist of. They call this the inverse. There are 11 dimensions here. We have biology in this extra plate, 11 dimensional biology. We utilize this biology to have an afterlife. I'm extremely sick, getting tortured, harassed. So humans have 11 dimensional biology that reside within the particle itself. We utilize this biology to have an afterlife. So when we die, we literally grab all of the energy in which we consist of. We pull it into ourselves towards the singularity, and we turn around. And the human genome produces an 11-dimensional organism designed to live in outer space. It is a gassed or a ghostly looking organism. It has short arms and big hands. It has a head covering, usually with horns. It has a soul tube and tubes that come out of its feet to expel waste. It literally flies through outer space. We are Anunnaki. Scientology is the practice of utilizing this extra dimensional biology before we die. There's an entanglement property between our third dimension and our inverse, our extra dimensions. If you remove part of our biology, the extra dimensional part, no matter how far away you take it from the host organism, it is still connected to it. You are still in this biology. So what happens is you can't take energy from or out of a particle. The particle will be destroyed. So the universe conforms, space-time conforms in an attempt to keep this energy inside of us. So if you remove a body part, an extra dimensional biology, no matter how far away you take it from us, and you remove it from us, space-time in between our biology and the removed tissue shrinks. So from our perspective, you see the tissue or organs leave your biology, space-time in between it shrinks. I'm experiencing cognitive decline. I have they have assaulted me in my brain tissue this morning. The upper region of my brain. I'm assuming it was a extra dimensional tissue. I'm very sick. Can't think straight. They're all laughing. So Scientology is the practice of utilizing your extra dimensional biology before you die. They remove it from themselves and they utilize technology and techniques to turn it into an upper dimensional vehicle. I'm being harassed badly. What was your excuse before that happened? So, okay. Scientologists use technology and techniques to access the upper dimensions. First, they utilize this entanglement property between our third dimensions and our extra dimensions. They like to remove brain tissue, primarily our brain stem, their thalamus, and their eyes. They will put it into a storage system. They have little pods and boxes. They'll put your biology into this pod system and install it into a wall, or it's a computer system. From there, they utilize electrodes and sensors to interface themselves to a computer system. This acts as a hive mind, which gives the user a sort of telepathy. They can communicate with each other, even in the third dimension, and they can interact with each other in a digital landscape. And then they also use this computer system as a command center to control their upper dimensional biologies. So technology also gives them the ability to create surrogates. So it gives them the ability to drive other biologies besides their own. They can drive humans, animals, insects, and worms in any dimension. And this technology also records sensory perception information. So they can interface technology with our brain and central nervous system in our third dimensional biology, or what's inside. This technology records sensory perception information like our eyesight, our hearing, our smell, our taste, our touch. And it can also artificially stimulate our brain and central nervous system. They can isolate individual memories and thought patterns and stimulate this brain tissue. So they can make you experience a memory, or they can control your thought patterns and thought processes. Extremely sick. This technology also artificially elevates neurochemistry. So they can run energy through neurons, and this stimulates neurochemical production. So it elevates neurochemicals like dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, which has an extremely narcotic-like effect upon the user. So these Scientologists, when they remove their extra dimensions from themselves, they turn it into one or more biologies in which they can utilize. They can drive around in the upper dimensions. These biologies can't function being cut to pieces. They can't function being removed and modified. So they have to use organs and tissues from other humans and other organisms in an attempt to make themselves whole and function properly. So they use organs and tissues from other humans, reptiles, insects, and worms. They make an alien form or several types of alien forms. Then they make lizard people, they make bug people or insectoids, and they also make worm people as they covet other people's biology and other organisms. They are objects in which they utilize to practice Scientology. Either they are utilizing these organs and tissues for their own biology to make their own cells function, or they make surrogates out of it. I'm experiencing extreme cognitive decline. So the Scientology community is a criminal enterprise. They are very criminal. They like to exploit humans and traffic humans, either to control their behavior or they traffic humans to steal organs, tissues from. They also exploit people. So anybody with influence, power, or authority gets kidnapped by these people. And either you get forced to assimilate or they practice Scientology on you in an attempt to control your behavior. Or they just turn you into a surrogate. They like to invade our privacy. They like to invade our homes and businesses. And they even use their upper dimensions as lookouts so they can break into our homes and businesses in the third dimension. They like to make they like to make parasitic surrogates so they can drive other organisms. They like to use parasites, worms with teeth, and they have developed several species for this purpose as a weapon to harm people. And they like to drive microbes and viruses as weapons in an attempt to harm people. They call this Vortec. It is a biological weapon. Torture and rape and murder is very rampant among these people. They're saying, yes, we got them. They're trying to destroy my cognitive ability so I can't recount the criminal activity in which they have committed against me and my family. So I used to be a political activist on social media. I participated in politics a lot. I had a large following. There was a large community that discussed politics, elected officials, lawmaking, policy, and environmental issues. And we actually persuaded elections and lawmaking and policy. I was also an author.